watching this video, you see the essence of the wind. It gives you a refreshing breeze. Now, nobody knows where the wind goes, but it flows around the world, east, west, north, south, every direction. Just like life itself. It can start off slow and move fast. But the basis of this whole aspect of understanding of concept of life is to have a balance in what you are doing. You see, if you love to do something, then it's only right to put all your efforts into, striving to become the best at something. Now, everything takes time and everything takes practice. The motion of relaxation. Now, it's Sunday. Today will end. Tomorrow will come. Many will not wake up. Those who sleep, many will not wake up. Many things take place other than violence. Natural causes, illnesses, diseases, viruses. Sometimes you just die in your sleep. But what's important is salvation, Because if you have salvation, then whatever happens, it's a governance of insurance, spiritual insurance, that's going to assure you that you did what you were supposed to do. That is the only concept and the only way you will get salvation is doing what your purpose called you to do, what the Creator called you to do. Now, the Creator is inside of you, and that's what gives you life. But essentially, what you do with that life is up to you. If you serve your purpose, then be satisfied, have the joy, because that is all your Creator has called you to do. Not less, not more, but just that of exact. And it's abundantly. However, that is the time frame. Now, motivation to be able to, push through things that people don't expect you to achieve. They expect you to give up on. But I ask of you, empathy, situations may present itself in a way where empathetic symptoms are basically showing. However, I want you to analyze the situation carefully because it could be plotted and planted to catch you in a web. So look at it too, right? Don't always be quick to jump into a situation that you're not fully understood, like you don't fully understand. Because if you do not understand that situation and you get yourself involved, you can get wrapped up and pull depth into, a more deeper situation than you're in or that you can handle or unravel, right? And this is how things are of society. Every day God has given you authority and life. If you have life, you have authority, because those who do not have life do not have no say, because your time has come and gone. Now, just make sure salvation is key. You have that. If you don't have that, then all of this is void. This will all pass. All this creativity, all these creations, all these politics, right? All these disagreements. I mean, the concept of war battle should never be with the bloodshed. It should be concept of games and series where people compete and challenge for territories. And they could do it just like how they do it for Olympics, but they could do it in various areas. Manufacturing, they could do it for construction, like basically from labor, all sectors, from sports to everything. You compete, you get the best of the best from each country, and you come together and you say, well, we want this territory and this land. We disagree, but instead of shedding blood, we compete for these lands because it's just an agreement. There's no conversation or no situation that cannot be spoken about, you know? Because, I mean, if you commence and you dialogue and you speak and you talk, right, you can come up with an alternative other than bloodshed. Do you see what I mean? Because it's destroying children, destroying hospitals, destroying the way of life for so many people. You know, past, present and future is destroying all of that because many will come out with scars, even in their age of innocence, right? Because they're only seen war. Some people are born into war. Some people become child soldiers of war, right? So that's why I said, you don't know what could happen. You don't know what tomorrow holds. So salvation for today, have that with you as your main source of insurance, other than the insurance that you get for your family, and you know what I mean, you make sure they're okay and all of those things, but that's for here. When you die, you go, you can't bring that with you. You know, yes, you have a great casket, be taken care of and everything, but what will be main importance is you can't bring money with you. You can't pay yourself into afterlife. You know what I mean? So it's the salvation. And if you don't have that, then I guess all of this would not make sense, right? And you know, salvation comes by being a genuine, authentic, real, legitimate person that, you know, really seeks the heart. Because you see, most people have fear of heart. Many disguise their heart because they're afraid of being hurt, right? So they're gonna protect themselves. But what happens at the end? What happens when, you know, humans fail? Because we cannot live forever. Sure, it would be great, but not in this type of body, because this is only temporary. You know, every day people look at success and weigh success based on how much money they have in their bank account. You know, how much houses or properties that they bought, domestic and international. How much high-level friends that they have, you know, sophisticated with lots of money just like themselves. That's the way of success. So many will look down on those who don't have and say, well, look, they don't have their life together. They don't have anything together. How come they're able to become successful? How could they be successful? Well, just look. All the prophets, all the people of God, right? 99% of them were average people of average natures, right? They didn't have a lot of wealth. Yes, sure, there was, you know, Solomon, David, King Solomon, like all the other people, but they had spiritual wealth. And the spiritual wealth is what is transcendent and taking place today, right? Because if you look at it, God promised Abraham, right, that he will have so much children upon children that it's going to be as much as the stars. You can't even count it, right? Only God will know that number. But I'm saying, look what's happening now, right? Two sides are fighting, but it's two brothers, right? It's two brothers that are fighting And now it has evolved into different countries and they're going against each other. And what's going to happen? Who's going to be the negotiator? Because people want land, people want territories. You know, so much distortion, right? People are going to view reality different. That is why a lot of problems never get solved, because people are not really putting in, the right type of solution. I mean, people are so competitive, right? You can compete. Even if it's war, you can fight war with certain ammunition that doesn't kill the opposition, right? Because people are people. Regardless of the situation, there must be a compromisation, meaning an agreement of understanding. That means we both agree and understand, right? Because the land does not belong to nobody, it belongs to God, right? So, I mean, if it belongs to God, ultimately, we are humans, God's creation, right? The image that lives in me, right? The spirit that lives in me, God gave the same spirit to many people, right? To other people. So it's just how you use it, right? It's how you use the drive that you have in yourself. So think about this. Stay focused, stay motivated, do the best you can, guys. And of course, always pray all the time. Okay? It's your power source. It's how you eat, right? How you become athletic in the spirit. How you become a warrior in the spirit. How you live longer. You pray. You see what I mean? If you run out of gas, out of power, it's because you're praying less. If you fill the gas tank, quarter of a tank, it's only gonna go so far. If you fill it full, then you have maximum pull. You have maximum coverage. You have maximum power to do all of that. Do you see what I mean? It's just very simple. It's ironic how we humans create all of these things, but yet that's the sequence, what we have to do, right? How we basically use and take care of our appliances is the same way we have to analyze and take care of ourselves. We charge our appliances, so we have to charge ourselves, right? We know the power it gives once it hits 100. So the power that you use is the prayer to increase your charge to 100, so that you're able to what? To become strong. You're able to have the confidence and the level of maturity to deal with certain situations that bring emotions that can, bring you into turmoil, right? Bring you out of control. So all of those things are important, right? Sunday is not the only day that, you pray. You pray every day, Monday to Sunday. You pray more than, as much as you can. Because guess what? If prayer is going to give you confidence, if prayer is going to give you the motivation, if prayer is going to give you the drive to continue doing what you can, regardless of the results are not there. You see what I mean? If you don't put in the effort over and over without stressing about the results, even though it may seem like your world around you is crumbling, everything's not going right, that doesn't mean you stop praying. Even if you don't see the results that you want or the results that you expect right away, or you have not seen it, doesn't mean you give up. Doesn't mean you stop praying. Prayer helps you to increase. Think about it. God needs prayer, right? God says, praying for me is okay. I also need prayers. Then that's how valuable prayers are. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something today. God bless you and have a nice day. Bye now. Peace.